2007 Mini Cooper S series. The problem with the vehicle is fuel today. We're going to talk about the fuel pump, the fuse relay, and the locations. Oh, and how to remove a tab. Number one thing, the car gets no gas. If you try to take off the gas cap and stick your ear next to there and turn the key to your car and listen for a fuel pump, you're not going to hear it. It's pretty muffled in there. Now we got a half tank of gas, and I know this because I already removed the fuel pump. So before we start, let's go ahead and look at two separate sets of fuses. There's one in the panel box on the passenger side. You got to pull the plastic out. The problem with the plastic, it's a long piece, goes to the back, so be careful not to break it. You will also find a diagram on this fuse, kind of giving you a general idea of what goes to where. That's not always the case. Keep in mind there's also a fuse relay in there, along with these big ones. Now if you come to the front of the fuse box, that's the one inside of the car. And if you come to the up beneath the hood, you will find that there's another fuse box. It's located right here. Okay, now the problem with these fuses is if you pay attention to the small ones, which are these ones in a row, you will see that they don't tell you where they go to. You're taking a guess. What about this big fuse relay and this one? Look what it tells us it is. It don't tell us nothing. And after doing research, you will find nothing. So today we're gonna go over the fuel pump relay. The fuel pump relay is this bottom box here. So in the car, this is a turbo engine. We took out the air intake. I don't want to call it a filter because I didn't find one in there. But if you're curious of where the fuel rail is for the fuel pump, it's going to be hard to get to on the bottom. So this is your gas line. Follow up with my finger, and this is your gas line. Believe it or not, that is a fuel pump. Even though you have one in the gas tank, this is called a high pressure fuel pump. It is mechanical, and once it builds up the pressure for the high pressure, then it steps out on this line. So this is out and this is in. Oh, there's really a cool trick to removing the inlet fuel line if you want to test if you have fuel. The trick is to loosen this bolt here. You just loosen it, don't take it off. As you loosen it, gas will drip out. You will depressurize the high pressure valve. The high pressure fuel pump. Once it depressurizes and leaks out, this comes off easy. And how it comes off? Do you see that little black tab right here? That black button? Well, there's one on the other side too. With your own fingers, you could squeeze it. Squeeze it, push forward, and then pull it back. And it comes off very easy. Don't stick pliers in there. Don't stick anything in there. Don't grip it with the pliers and don't jam it with a screwdriver. It really comes off as long as you depressurize this side. So loosen it, gas will come out, it'll depressurize. Assuming you disconnected the battery. Assuming you did. So loosen the bolt and make sure the gas flows out. Depressurizes the high pressure pump. Squeeze to the tab here and the tab, pinch it, push forward, squeezing it, and it slides right off. And that's how you'll see if you put the battery back on and you were to turn your key on, it'll self prime. And keep in mind, this is a low pressure system, but there is here is the fuel pump. This is coming from the fuel pump in the gas tank. This is a low pressure fuel pump, so if you follow it down, it goes beneath the car all the way through to the back seat. Now, to get this back seat up, you'll see that there's a tab here in your finger, like the letter C. Your finger will pinch it. See? Boom, pops over, and then boom, pops off. It's the same thing with these tabs. So there is nothing to pull to loosen it, to lift this seat up. It's just, that's what you have. Now you grab the seat, you'll stick your hand beneath the seat and pull, give it pressure, pop, it'll pop up. And the same for the other side. As you can see, you'll have two round plates. It's located on the driver's side. These are the bolts. I do believe these are 10 millimeter. Now in order to take these off, you got to see that not the nut, but the screw itself that's welded into the body, it's long. So make sure the socket you're using can reach the depth. Once you do that, you'll stick a screwdriver beneath here, stick it beneath, and twist sideways. And go around, work your way, it'll pop off. Poof. Let's look at the bottom of this. So this is steel, and this is a rubber gasket right here. Yeah, sure is. We're going to place this on the floor. And there's your fuel pump. In order to get that fuel pump out, which I'll quit moving, and we're on the driver's side of the vehicle, you get a screwdriver, and remember, right tight, left loose. So you got to stick a screwdriver on one of these hinge, I want to call it a pivot or bevel emboss. It don't matter, just a groove. You stick the screwdriver in there, on there with the hammer, and you hit it, bing, bing, and you're rotating it left loose, and it just screws off. Once you do, there's a trick to getting this terminal off the electrical line. The trick is you'll squeeze and push towards the driver. See how I done that? And you'll want to push towards the passenger side. Now before you take this off, remember this big bulb where the letters are at? This is facing towards the back of the vehicle. That's the same way it got to go in. It can't go upside down in. It must go the same direction. So what did I do? I squeezed this and I pushed it sideways. And now it'll come off. But it's tough because it is electrical and whatnot. You think that's crazy? Try putting it back on. Now most people try to put this back on with this. When they take it off, they accidentally close it. Wow, that dried out my fingers, that gasoline. They close it, once it's off, they accidentally close it. And they forget and they try to put it on. They can't. You must open it. It must be open in order to put it back on. But I'm just letting you know how to take this off. You think that's bad? Once you get this out, there's a fuel line that goes to the fuel pump. In order to get that off, there's a little sponge. It's black, little tap. You got to push it in. It's the fuel line that goes to the fuel pump. It feeds the fuel pump. You must push it in. It doesn't pull out. You got to push it in, and it's hard to do it. You got to really push and push down and then up. But something to keep in mind, when you remove this ring and you rotate it left loose and it comes off, this whole top plate, it jumps up at you because it's spring loaded in there. Just like when you put it back on, it's spring loaded back down. Don't think you could pull the fuel pump out and then put the green face on the fuel pump and then install it. It doesn't work that way. You put the pump back in, and then of course the gasket first. Put the red gasket back on. Put the fuel pump in. Make sure that the fuel pump is set. Now it ain't gonna directly straight down. It's gonna actually go a little bit forward. You'll see as you're, you'll see, you'll feel it. You'll see what I'm talking about. But this is also spring loaded. So when you push the green back down, you'll push it down and hold it down while you put your ring back on, which is right tight. You'll screw it back on. Remember this tab. If you go to put this back on and it's closed, you're not going to get it on. So you got to reopen it again, push it on, and then watch me squeeze it. There. And now it's closed. But to get this off, you'll squeeze it and slide it to your passenger side of your vehicle. And this is the driver's side. And it is really hard to get off. Okay. Well, I hope this video helps you in the process of your fuel pump and fuse location relay, fuel rails, and then your secondary high pressure fuel pump. Stay safe in all you do.